Good afternoon, everybody. It's time for the SCDN court report with Betty Smith. Let's bring in Betty Smith. Hello, Betty.
Hello, Mark and everybody.
So let's see if we can figure out where you are. It looks like you might be near a building of some sort.
Yeah, I'm outside the courthouse there, Mark.
All right, court report from the courthouse. So we've got a few cases that we looked at today, and the first up that we're going to talk about was Mr. Kilgore and Mr. Louderback, both accused for multiple things, including, let me go back here. This was aggravated murder, kidnapping, burglary. In regards to, I believe the victim in this was Mr. Holsinger. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So when we look at this picture here, tell me what we're seeing from the court.
You're seeing the back of Thompson. You're seeing Kilgore to the right, Luke to the left of him, and Louderback, which is not showing to the right-hand side there.
Okay. All right. And so in the proceedings today, this was the final pretrial hearing, right? This is where they were doing their final negotiations before it was time to go to trial. Is that how we understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
And my understanding is, too, and they were going over some light of discovery or something to do with DNA. So that was a lot of the case today.
Lots of discussion about DNA. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
getting a specialist in on the defendant side.
Sure. And then there was an additional, tell me about Mr. Louderback. He had a health concern and he maybe wasn't satisfied with the health care he was receiving in the jail. Tell me about that.
Yes. Meadows had made a suggestion that he wanted him seen by
Who's
a nurse.
I'm sorry. Who's Meadows? Who's Meadows?
Meadows is his attorney.
Okay. All right.
So anyhow, he was speaking for him, and he had asked about getting proper medical care for him. And the comment was made that the sheriff had got him medical care, because I guess that was the argument, that it's the sheriff's responsibility to get them medical care. And they said that they did send him to the county nurse, and that whatever the situation was, they ended up giving him like a laxative for the case of whatever it was, but that wasn't what was. They're saying it was worse than that, or it was a different situation, like he was treated with the wrong prescription.
Okay, and so his main complaint was, as we understand it, that he had some leg pain and he felt like that he wasn't getting adequate service, and his attorney asked that he be sent to SOMC for maybe some further looks. Is that how we understand it?
Yes. He asked to at least be seen or rechecked out again. Yes.
Okay. All right. And so then they are now set for, did you get that they're going to go to trial, or are they going to still do another hearing when the DNA comes back?
Yeah, there is going to be another hearing, and I think they've pushed all that out until January.
Okay.
They're giving them so much time to get that specialist on that DNA. That was the biggest topic, pretty much like a light of discovery, or they wanted that extra information, and the judge, of course, had to approve for them to get that outside, or get that lab to,
Right.
get that information for them.
All right. Next on our list, this fellow, Mr. Thompson, and he is charged with kidnapping, aggravated burglary, improperly discharging a firearm, felonious assault, and having weapons under disability. So tell me, let's see, what are we looking at? What are we looking at here? Oh, this is the first one. Yeah. Okay. What are we looking at here?
Now Thompson's on the other side. His back was to me.
Okay. So this
right
here. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So a lot of that had got, I don't want to use the word dismissed, but they kind of brought it down. They pretty much pleaded out today down to aggravated assault.
Okay.
If you got that there, Mark. Sorry, I was trying to get that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Let's see. They gave him the right to a jury trial, a right to confront witnesses through a lawyer, and then it says he pled guilty to count 5, but that's the having weapons under disability. But the other counts, are they still going to have a trial on that, or did they dismiss them?
No, I believe they dismissed them because they knocked everything down to that.
All right. And you had an interesting exchange, did you not?
Yes, actually, because usually I'm not sitting too close to the prisoners. And then today, while I was sitting there, he actually turned around and asked me what agency I was with. And I politely said, I'm not with an agency, I'm with the news. He was very direct and said he didn't want to be on the news. And I said, look, I just record what happens in the courtroom.
And so that's when you were taking this picture here?
Yes.
Okay. And that's him right there. And then, but then he also said he was innocent, right? Did he not proclaim his innocence at that time?
Yes, actually he did. He said, oh, a lot of this is going to get dropped. I'm innocent. Okay. And I said, okay.
Well, that's how it works. Innocent until proven guilty. All right.
Right.
So we've got one more we're going to cover, but before we do that, we have got to do a fact check. So let's roll the fact check footage. And where are we at here? I love this little thing. Here we go. All right. Here is the fact check. This made the rounds. Sent from a member that a female died in the Scioto County Jail. And this is not true. So the female in question, Amanda Price, 34 years old, she did indeed pass away. That is true. She passed away at the Scioto SOMC. She did not pass away in the jail. And there's no indication from the sources. We saw this. We went to work. We had multiple people on multiple fronts talking to inside sources. This had nothing to do with the jail. And so it was brought up on multiple social media, Facebook pages, that somebody died in the jail, and that is simply not true. And so we want to clear the air and squash the rumor on that. Yes, the woman, Amanda Price, did pass away. Yes, she had been arrested, but no, she did not pass away in the custody of DeSoto County Jail. She passed away from other extenuating circumstances at SOMC. So let's bring Betty back for your thoughts.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting because even reading that, it'd make you think, oh my gosh, not another one.
Yeah. Well, that's why we really buckled down and got a hold of a bunch of people. And, after you do this for so long, you can reach out to the right people and get some pretty quick answers. And that is just simply not true. Unfortunately, the truth is the young woman did pass away, but not in the jail, not anywhere near what, a Kevin Bailey type situation or anything like that. And that's kind of the drum that they were beating. So we want to squash that. That is not the case. That's
good to know because it does make people think, especially with the Kevin Bailey. And then I do have another question for you, back to the cases when you get a chance.
All right, let's do it.
Well, my question is, and we've had this in several cases here recently, where they're under the disability weapons. Like a lot of these guys are charged with third-degree disability weapons. Why do you think we're seeing so much of that?
Okay, that's an easy one and a good one, because it also comes up in the mugshots. What weapons under disability means? It does not mean if you're on Social Security you can't have guns. All right. What that means is that you are disallowed to possess a firearm. When you're disallowed, it means you're a convicted felon or you're under some kind of protective service, whether it's probation, parole, something like that, something that disallows you or disables you from possessing a firearm. So that's why it says weapons under disability. It has nothing to do with Social Security or anything like that. It has to do with the ability to carry a firearm has been taken away, just like the vote, the right to vote. You can't vote if you're a felon. So that's what that means. And so we see that fairly often, that people that aren't supposed to have guns. And so that's a charge. Weapons under disability. That's what that means.
And that's good because, again, I didn't want to confuse anybody with that. Every time we talk about it, I thought, are we confusing folks with that? And so, yeah.
Yeah. If you are already, and if you're not supposed to have guns, all right. So if you're out there and you're on disability, you can have guns. It's a completely, even though it's the same word, it's in legal terms, it's a totally different thing. So that's a part of a condition of being under the through the penal system and the probation, parole, all that kind of stuff.
And the secondary to that question, what I find to be amusing is, I don't know if I should use the word amusing, but I'm watching these cases and everything else gets pleaded out, and this is the one thing that they'll charge guilty to.
Well, yeah, and this will be a good one for Sean. So I'm giving, of course, my layman's terminology, but with the weapons under disability, it carries a mandatory 36 months. And so if you plead to that with the other charges, then you go to jury trial. We'll end up with 5 judges and another courthouse annex. So you'll never get any part if everything goes to jury trial. So they have to, at some point, come to some agreement in a plea deal. And so on some of the charges, they may be looking at more time if they take it to a jury trial. But if they say, all right, I'll cop to the weapons under disability, they know they're getting a mandatory 3 years. So that's one of the things when it comes to weapons. Same thing if you're if you commit a robbery. It's different than if with a weapon than with a knife, or with a gun than with a knife than with your hand. So it's different things. So with the weapons under disability, it's an automatic 3 years, and it's the case.
Because I feel like when we talk about this, I don't know if people are looking like some of these folks are getting an easy way out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll have people question me even after we do our broadcast, and they'll say, right, well, why did you only get this? Or why can't these other things stick? And I'm like, this is what they pleaded out to, some of it behind closed doors.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we thought it was so important to have Sean Stratton on, is because that is a question. Why do they make these deals? And most of it, and the stuff that we were going to do yesterday is a perfect example. We didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, and that's fine. But those were cases left over from Judge Marshall. They still have old Judge Marshall cases they're trying to get through. All right. So, wow. So with that on the table and that much on the docket, they just simply can't have every single person going all the way through to jury trial. The next person we're going to discuss on this list actually is going to jury trial. But in these cases, they'll find some kind of common ground and go ahead and take a plea. But it's not that they're, and we talked about feelings versus, being a pragmatist. I get the feeling side of it, but at the same time, the judge always tells the person when they go in for the 3 years, and in that sentencing, they say If you get in trouble in jail, they can tack more time on. So if you're already a troublemaker and you're in jail and you got that 3-year mandatory and you screw up, that could turn into 4 or 5 years real easy. You fall in with the wrong crowd.
I heard Judge Kuhn speak about a few of those today too.
Right. So it's 3 years, and then always parole after. But if you mess up in jail, then they'll just add it to your time. So you could potentially be there a while.
Okay.
All right. So
thank you for that.
My pleasure. And let's bring up the final one for today. And this is Mr. Peterson. And on Mr. Peterson, he was over. Let me get here. So Mr. Peterson, at the last moment, is going to go to trial. Is that what we're hearing?
They just didn't have a confirmed date yet.
All right. So since that report, I do have a confirmed date.
Okay.
Give me just 1 second. It'll be on the Monday and Tuesday. And so this is a 2-day jury trial. And this is Brandon Marcus Peterson for attempted murder, felonious assault, again, weapons under disability, tampering with evidence, and possession of cocaine. And according to the docket that's been updated, he will have a jury trial, 2-day jury trial, beginning on Monday at 9 a.m. So in this case, there's no deals, just like we were talking about. No deals, no pleas, no nothing. He's going the full distance on all of these charges. And so those of you that are up for jury duty, get ready, because you got one coming.
Uh-oh.
All right. Anything else that we want to talk about at the moment?
Actually, at the moment, not much of anything. That was most of the highlight was in court today.
So you got to see some things that you didn't normally see, right? So we try to get you in some, we try to get you in some different situations, and surrounded by different folks, and watch the process, so that way we can help bring that information to the community, because we see the mugshot, we see the headline, but we don't see the process and how the sausage is made. And so you're helping to bring that to light. By the way, we're streaming live right now on both our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So give us a little rundown. Anything else you want to add here? And then I've got one last announcement and we're done.
No, that's basically about it. We got a beautiful day down here in Portsmouth, Ohio, and some interesting court cases today. Again, back to Louderback and Kilgore. That was very interesting with the whole DNA process. And there was a lot of time taken on that, but they got everything figured out and moving forward. And again, and just being approached by Mr. Thompson, and I was very pleasant about it. So what else can you say, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right. Well, Betty, listen, we certainly appreciate you and everything that you do. Bubbly Betty, everybody. Bubbly Betty, you're going to be interested in this. This is the final thing. You guys may have seen, we are putting together the ORI Community Choir. That stands for Ohio River, and everything is virtual. We have 3 songs, and all you do is there's a video that is made to show you exactly how to use it, and you actually sing from home. And we'll put all the voices together and then release it as a video as the ORI Community Choir. So we can have 40, 50 people all singing from home. And we've got 3 songs that we're going to debut and premiere with. And so I'm going to put a link in the comments to this, so you can click on it, have a look at that video to see how to do it. But it's very, very easy. And you can just sing along from home, and we can have our own community choir and not have to worry about
check it out, Mark.
Rehearsal hall. That's why I said I figured you'd like that, because I know somebody that does karaoke. And some people are really good singers and just don't want to get up in front of people. So this is a way to where the entire community can come together and participate. We're going to start with 3 songs. You can sing one or all 3, whatever makes you happy, and then we'll release those videos, and then we'll take it from there. And hopefully we'll end up with 30, 40 regular members, and I think it'll be great. But the name is the O-Rye Community Choir for Ohio River. Everyone welcome to sing, sing, sing from home, right from home.
Well, and if everything shuts back down again this week, I'll give them plenty of opportunity.
How about that? See, we can have a little fun. All right, Betty. Well, we thank you so very much. And as they're in, I'm giving you the last word there if you've got one.
All right, guys. Again, progress inspires change. See you guys again soon.
All right. Thank you so much.